Welcome to Two Useless Organisms, a silly topical show where two useless organisms discuss today's hot topics, drink each other's philosophy juice, and read the internet's most unbelievable Yelp reviews. Except on this episode, we're not doing one this episode. Too bad. On today's show, we will discuss resurrections and our favorite fictional worlds. Keep in mind that Two Useless Organisms is not safe for work. Trump 2024. Tommy, how you doing? Of all the things I've said on the show, I've never seen that face. Oh, he's done. He's done. Tommy's out. Tommy quit the show. Guess I'll just do this one on my own. Yikes. Oh, he's back.
Okay. Yeah, I'm back. How am I doing? So I'm getting over a cold right now, so I might sound a little bit nasally. I don't know if that's coming across on the mic. And then for those of you who watch on the YouTube, you might see my arrangement look slightly different because I rearranged my furniture since the last time we recorded this. Although I didn't rearrange my wall decorations, as you can kind of see in the back corner, like my calendar is still like half behind my bed, like a fucking idiot.
Yeah.
So I got to figure out what I'm gonna do with that.
What the heck, Tommy?
You know, it's been a rough few years. Okay.
But you still got your gay lights there over there. Do you have those lights behind your TV and your bed?
Yeah, they're behind my TV and my bed.
Ah, I never knew that because I've never seen
Creates
your
an
bed.
yeah, creates a nice ambiance. Yeah, because my desk is in a new corner of my room, and my it used to be right next to my bed, which is now behind me. And yeah, because you used to be able to see my TV, which is now right next to me. Um, you know,
Wow, riveting. Thanks so much
yeah,
for the update.
I'm gonna be starting school again next week, so I figured rearrange my life and that might do something somehow. I don't know.
Do you see your cat behind you right now?
Stink.
Our YouTube
She's
viewers will be able to see him or her, whatever the hell it is, very well.
stink. She's so fucking annoying. I hate her. I
Yeah.
love her, but she's so annoying.
Good stuff. Good stuff. Well,
Where's
yeah,
Lua? I want
Lua.
Lua in here. Lulu, baby, I love you. We're anyway. Tristan,
Anyway,
you had a thing you wanted to say, I think,
yeah,
right?
I got some words, folks.
Yeah,
As
you
of
have
this
words.
morning, we hit 2,000 downloads.
Oh
Isn't that something?
shit.
You believe that?
That is something.
I just can't believe 2,000. Wow.
Yeah.
I never thought that it would be anything, but we've been pumping out shows here for 3 years now, and man, 2,000 downloads, which is like nothing really compared to most successful podcasts, but still, it's
You know,
I'm flumbered.
we've been me too. So very, very humbled by the audience we've what do you call it?
Kept away,
The audit blossomed.
blossomed, blossomed. Drink that water.
Also, a Stink's real name is Sabrina,
I didn't
but
ask.
we call her Stink just because she smells like shit and she's annoying. Or she
Okay.
doesn't really smell like shit anymore, but when we first adopted her. Anyways,
Mm,
yeah.
mm. I just woke up from a very deep slumber, so if you can't tell, I'm like
Lucky.
still half there. Well, it was weird. I was like half asleep, and we talked about dreams a few episodes ago. So I'll talk about the dream I
Ooh.
just had. Um, I was like sleeping, but I knew I was about to record the podcast. So like in my mind, I was like, I can't sleep through the podcast. But at the same time, I was still dreaming. And I was dreaming that I was in a completely different room, like different house, different everything. And there was a knock on the door, and it was my grandpa. But like I was like half awake, half asleep. It was weird. I don't know.
Me too.
I don't know what's going on.
Me neither, man.
Yeah. But anywhoosy, um, I'm still feeling it. I'm still waking up. And
Yeah.
yeah.
I'm feeling pretty good.
You feeling good?
Yeah. Feeling ready to pod some cast, baby.
Well, If you're ready, I'm ready. So we should hop into our first topic here, which is my topic.
Yeah.
And that would be, would you rather witness the resurrection of Jesus or the Beatles? So what do you think, Tommy? What would you rather
Gosh,
see?
see, this is a tough one because, I would like to, it would be cool to be able to see the Beatles live. Never got to see the Beatles live. And maybe they produce some new music. That would be incredible. What kind of music would they produce in 2023? But then at the same time, seeing Jesus resurrected, I want to, I'd be curious to see what, Jesus actually looks like, and what he would think of the bastardization of Christianity that's become in America. I would like to see what he thinks about that. Um,
I agree.
Tristan, where, because you proposed this question, did you have
Yeah,
an answer for it?
I sure do.
Okay.
I guess I don't really lean. It was hard for me to pick one because I
Yeah.
think
I
both would be
think,
cool for their own reasons. But if I
yeah.
had to lean towards one, it would probably be Jesus.
Yeah.
Just it's I mean it's Jesus. But then it's the same thing.
Yeah.
One of my points here was I'd want to see both just to see how much
Mhm.
attention one gets over the other. Like I would want to see if people end up freaking out about the Beatles more than Jesus. If like what if Jesus comes
I,
back and then he doesn't do anything miraculous and everyone's like, "Well, fuck this. I'm gonna go
I
see the
feel like
Beatles."
I think Jesus will get more attention.
Yeah.
Yeah, because the Beatles, that's just, they're one of the most famous bands of all time, if not the most famous band of all time, but like there's so much music and just like I feel like Jesus has had more of an impact than the Beatles have, like culturally, like
Yeah, he
across the
has.
whole world. Like between Christianity, Judaism, the Jewish whatever he's a little bit more famous, I think, than the Beatles, as famous as the Beatles are.
Well, let me bounce off your point there then. Jesus is definitely the most popular and well-known figure, I think, in history. Um,
Mhm.
what would Jesus, based on what we know of him, the most famous and well-known figure in history, what would he do if he came back? What would he do today? Do you have any idea? Like, it's just funny
That
that he's
is,
such a well-known person. I don't think anyone would actually be able to tell what he would do.
yeah, like, and also back in his day, Christianity was such a very small thing.
Yeah.
Like, it wasn't until like after he died that Christianity really blew up. So I wonder how he'd feel about just billions of. I don't even think 100 million people existed when he was alive, let alone 8 billion.
Oh,
And
yeah.
sorry, I'm distracted by Sabrina being
They getting
annoying.
into trouble over
Anyway,
there?
oh yeah, I can actually like see her in the corner of my camera being a little stink.
I'm giving it
And
a goo
I do
right
have a really
now.
yeah, I do have a really messy nightstand, so that
Mm.
doesn't help. I need to, you
Hey,
know.
I got an answer for you.
All right, what's the answer to
The
what
pop
question?
of to a question. You don't even know what question I'm talking.
Yep.
uh the population of the world was about 300 million at the time of Christ and changed very little in the
And
next 1,000 years. Hmm.
yeah, so there's more people in America today than there was back when he was alive, like in the
Yep.
whole world.
Hmm. Yep. And for 1,000 years, the population didn't change that drastically. It wasn't until 1804 that the world population reached 1 billion, 3 billion in 1960, 6.8 billion in 2010. And I think it is
And
somewhere
now we're
around
at
8 billion now,
yeah,
which is like, dang.
it's definitely over 8 billion now. That's too many
Oh,
people.
it's way too many people.
Yeah.
Wow. I'm gonna click who was alive at the same time as Jesus, and if it tells me like Magic Johnson or something, that'd be hilarious.
Yeah.
Tell me if you know any of these people. Apollonius.
Well, who?
Oh,
Apollo,
I don't know, but
Apollo's
he
chariot.
he was around at the same time as Jesus. So, how many people lived in Nazareth when Jesus was alive? 1600 to 2000.
I
Uh,
will,
but another figure was a maximum of 480.
back in Jesus's time, they there wasn't even movies or TV shows or internet. Like the kinds of conversations we have, like he can't even fathom.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Like
He
what
would
do
be
they do?
thrown
They
for
they just
such a loop.
oh my God, yeah. Honestly, for that alone, I think I'd want to see Jesus because I mean, the Beatles, like they saw some of where our technology was going at least, but Jesus, like who, he'd be like, what the fuck? Like just the lights. Lights weren't invented until like the 1800s.
Yeah, you'd see a fucking lamp and just shit his pants. I wonder if he'd make one of those reaction. He'd make like a reaction video, Jesus Christ Resurrection 2023
Dude, oh
reaction
my God.
video.
I want to see Jesus's YouTube channel.
Hey guys, welcome
Yo,
to
what
my
is going
channel.
on, guys? Jesus here, back again with another video. Today, I'm gonna this is my series on me reacting to new technologies. Today, I'm be reacting to something.
Dude, that'd be crazy, man.
Right?
Uh, yeah, he would be. I just want to see Jesus at a rock concert. I'd want to see Jesus like driving a car. I'd want to see Jesus like I don't know, ignoring all the kids that get killed in schools every weekend. Because he hasn't done anything
Right?
about that yet. Uh,
Correct.
I'd want to see
I
him
wonder.
eat a Big Mac,
Oh,
you know.
he was the type of person that would want to give to the poor, and since most Christians in America don't want to give to the poor, what would he say to them?
Dude, I bet you to like the diehard Christians of today would probably fucking stone Jesus to death for being for like if
Oh
he
yeah,
spoke out against them, they just straight up
yeah.
kill him because they're
He
so
yeah,
brainwashed.
he was a short brown Arab socialist.
Yeah, he'd be dead. He'd be killed.
Like like he would not be liked.
He better hope he doesn't resurrect himself in Kentucky or Arkansas or something because he's not gonna last long.
Yeah.
Um, but here's another. I have more points here. I'd want to see, in terms of the Beatles, I'd want to see John Lennon's face when he hears Cardi B say, "Eat my ass, eat my ass, eat my ass," over and over again, or whatever she does, just to be like, "What? This is where we're at?" Like when I died, music was music. It was art.
They had music. They had music like that back then too.
No one was saying, "Eat my ass, eat my ass, eat
Oh,
my
oh,
ass."
it wasn't as mainstream, but there was some song, and I really wish I remember. God damn it, I need to look this shit up because there is a song that, it was basically an olden version of WAP. There is one really old song about a woman singing about her vagina or something that I heard in the last couple of years, but anywho, point
Wow.
is, as long as we have had music and being horny, we have had horny music.
Yeah.
And now I would want to know how Jesus would feel about wet ass pussy.
Maybe he'd dig it, man. I don't know.
He
Well,
probably would.
here's another thing I had. What
Okay.
would Jesus be aware of everything that's happened since his crucifixion, like everyone
Oh
thinks,
yeah, shit.
or is he like 100% dead? Like his soul ceased to exist after his crucifixion, and all those prayers truly did go unanswered. How
Ooh,
pissed would people be?
damn.
He'd probably, oh my gosh,
That'd be
Jesus.
funny.
If Jesus,
Uh,
okay, so Jesus was a real person, which I believe he was, like
Okay.
he existed.
Okay.
And he came
Yeah.
back, and everyone was like, oh my gosh, we've all been praying. I know I had this crazy headache back in 2008, and I had it for 3 days, and I prayed you, and it went away. Thank you so much. And then he's like, I was dead. When you're dead, you're dead. And then everyone's like, no, no,
Yeah.
no. When you're dead, your soul lives on and it goes to a cloudy place in the sky and all this shit. And bad people go to nine circles of hell. And he's like, what? Because I firmly believe that that whole charade was written after he died. So if Jesus truly did come back today, he'd probably be like, what the fuck are you guys talking about? That makes no sense.
Yeah. And I'm just thinking, all the every time there's a shooting, everyone says thoughts and prayers. So would
Yeah. He's like, what? What prayers? Like, I didn't. The
yeah.
hell you do?
How about y'all
You
just stop killing each other, you fucking idiots?
some
You
horrible
ever
atrocities keep happening. You pray? Why?
yeah, do anything.
Oh my gosh. Anyway, but having said that, I don't know. See, I've never been such a huge fan of the Beatles. Like, I don't listen to the Beatles. I don't have one Beatles song in my playlist, and I've got like 6,000 songs in my playlist.
Yeah. It's like I feel like I have to burp, but it's not happening. Like I do I like, I love the Beatles. They have great music and there's, quite a few songs of them that I really enjoy, but I could probably name at least 20 other artists I would rather listen to.
Yeah,
No disrespect to them. It's just like there's so much music that, you know, they wouldn't be the first band I would resurrect.
yeah, exactly. So that's actually what I was going to ask next. If you could resurrect any band that either had some or all dead members, what band would it be?
See, I don't know why, but my first thought just now is Mozart.
Okay, that
Let,
works.
let me bring back some old, because I'm trying to think of like what bands do I really love that have. Oh my God, Kurt Cobain! What the fuck? Yeah,
Oh,
br-
you'd see some
bring him
Nirvana.
back.
Yeah,
Yeah, man.
that'd be badass. That'd be badass. I
Yeah,
read
man.
I read Dave Grohl's book, and because Dave Grohl is the drummer of Nirvana, and he's obviously now
Yeah.
the singer guitarist of Foo Fighters. I never knew the story of Nirvana's formation. They like formed. Obviously, they were like any grunge band back in the 90s, even maybe even late 80s, but definitely in the 90s, just sleeping in a living room somewhere in California. Within 1 year of formation, they were playing the biggest festivals in the world. You imagine being in a band for less than 1 year and you're already the biggest band in the world.
That's
Unbelievable.
stupid.
It is
Yeah.
stupid. But yeah, Nirvana, that'd be a badass show. My first thought was one specific iteration of the Ozzy Osbourne band because obviously Ozzy Osbourne's still alive for now. I don't think he's got much time
Yeah.
left, but he is still here. But the 1982, well, really the 1979 through 1982 Ozzy Osbourne band, which featured Randy Rhoads on guitar. Randy Rhoads, one of the all-time greatest rock guitarists. He wrote Crazy Train. He wrote a bunch of
Ooh.
Ozzy's hits. Um, he was also in Quiet Riot, one of the classic rock bands.
Ooh.
But Randy was killed in a plane crash here in Florida when they were on
Oh
tour.
shit.
He was like 32 years old, and man, so I would go back. I would see that iteration of Ozzy Osbourne. And to touch on that band, back in 1981, maybe even 1982, the year Randy died, the band visited the Magic Kingdom here in Florida, and there's some photos of them sitting on like the Main Street train station steps, of them sitting on a bench on Main Street, them in Tomorrowland in front of the castle. Really great photos. The reason I'm telling this story is because I had the opportunity a few weeks ago to go backstage at a Def Leppard concert, and they had a photographer by the name of Ross Halfin, who's been a infamous rock photographer for decades and decades. I just found out a few days ago, Ross Halfin, the very same guy that I sat on a couch with backstage at a Def Leppard concert, took those photos of Ozzy Osbourne and the Ozzy Osbourne band
Oh wow.
in the 80s at Disney. And I had no
Holy
idea.
shit.
I was sitting next to the guy that took those pictures. Literally, he sat down on a couch right next to me backstage in Def Leppard's dressing room.
That's
Like,
fucking cool.
and then not to mention I was in Def Leppard's dressing room, which is a whole nother story. But
Yeah.
um, so I anyway, so I would see the early 80s Ozzy Osbourne band. with Randy Rhoads. Oh, what a time. Ozzy was at like the peak of his game. He had just left Black Sabbath. He was like on top of the world. He was putting out crazy good solo albums. I'll shut up now about that, but yeah, interesting stuff there. I would pick Jesus
Yeah.
in the end though.
Yeah.
But having said that, money, who's giving it to us?
The person giving us money this week is Wooden Hammers. You have nails you gotta hammer in. We have Wooden Hammers sponsoring two useless organisms this week.
You know,
Better
Jesus was a
than
carpenter.
steel hammers. I wonder, would he like wooden hammers or regular hammers?
Jesus was a wooden hammer man. I don't think they had any sort of, those hammers. It's a wooden handle, but with the metal end. I don't think they had those back in Jesus' day. So Jesus was building barns and shit with wooden hammers. I bet.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we all about Jesus here.
we love Jesus. Praise God. Praise be
Yeah,
God. He is risen.
you jacked on Jesus.
I'm thankful for Jesus. He gives us all sorts of holidays that shouldn't exist because they make no fucking sense. But I'm still glad I get gifts on
Yeah,
Christmas. Easter is fun. Why not? I'm still confused on what days he was born, what days he died, what days he was risen, and then I don't know. I don't fucking know how it all works, but
I just make sure that I sin all the time because Jesus died for our sins, and if I ain't sinning, then what did he die for?
it's a good point. Shit, I never thought about that.
Right? Yeah.
Hmm.
Anyways, my topic. So, so my topic is going to be our favorite fictional universes. The thing that inspired this topic is that this past week I finally watched The Last of Us on HBO, and I was absolutely blown away by that show and the world that it created. Um, it's you know, in simplistic terms, it's like kind of in like the zombie genre, but they're not really zombies. Um, and the infection that led to the apocalypse in this world is actually based on real science, which I think makes it all the more terrifying. Now, that scenario is extremely unlikely, but in the very first episode, like it's like a flashback to like the 60s on a talk show with some epidemiologists, and they're kind of like describing what could potentially happen and how the eventual infection that would lead into like the main thing of the show. It's very cool, and like I know the video game itself is 10 years old, but like I never played the game, but the show, oh my God, it is incredible. I cannot wait till season two. Tristan, do you have any other you said you didn't watch the show, you plan on it, you play the video game, or what do you
What? Huh? I played a video.
what's
I
your
didn't say
favorite
shit about. What are
universe?
you making shit up about video games?
Well, because The Last of Us was a video game.
I didn't play a video game.
You never
Don't
played
put words
video
in my mouth.
games? You,
I
you, you
played
don't
Roller
play
Coaster
video
Tycoon.
games? Cool.
Quit talking
What's your
over me.
favorite universe? What's your favorite universe?
It would probably be Star Trek. And the reason I picked
Ooh,
Star Trek over
okay.
Star Wars, which were my two answers I had, was because Star Wars is great, but it was a long time ago in a galaxy far, far away. I don't know if I would have been alive in that galaxy far, far away. However, Star Trek, well, I guess Star Trek's in the future, so I wouldn't have been alive for that either. But it's in this universe. Like Earth exists in Star Trek. Um,
Yeah.
Earth is where Starfleet headquarters is. So Starfleet is like, for lack of a better term, members of Starfleet are the good guys in Star Trek, to put it very vaguely. Now, there's other good guys from other species and other planets in the show, but Starfleet are always the main characters in all the Star Trek series, and Starfleet is based on Earth, San Francisco to be particular. Now, the reason I like Star Trek is because Starfleet is, for the most part, always out there fighting for good and trying to make sure that everyone behaves ethically and is teaching lots of moral lessons throughout all its episodes. And I've been watching Star Trek now for like six years, I think, almost 6 years, actively. I've actually seen it since I was a little kid watching it with my dad, and I value Star Trek for that reason. And I would like to live in a world where there is one giant group or entity constantly fighting for good,
Yeah,
which there isn't.
yeah.
Like I don't know what that. It's not the government. It's not religion. It's not the church. It's not. What is it?
I,
So
I like that you picked a universe that's like kind of based in our world, but like is like a lot more exciting and fighting for good. Where I went with a world that is based in our world, but except it's our world going to absolute fucking shit.
yeah, that just took. Why did you pick a world where that's plagued by fungus or whatever the hell it is, and it's just everything's terrible?
Be- because it was a very fascinating story that was very well done. Okay. But
Okay, I get.
another fictional universe that I like that isn't as depressing is the world of Avatar: The Last Airbender. It's the reason why I have my tattoo with a White Lotus
That's a Star
Taisho
Wars
tile.
tattoo.
You're a Star Wars tattoo, nerd. Um, Avatar is an incredible world that really it only has its two television shows. Legend of Korra being underrated as absolute fuck. I will die on that hill. That show is great. Some people say it's but it might suck compared to the original. It definitely doesn't suck. Um, like the characters in all the shows, the morals, the lessons, the bending. It's fucking cool, bro.
It's just a bunch of people throwing dirt around and splashing water at people. Look, I'm a waterbender. I have an
You
arrow on my
know,
head. I'm a bald guy. Look at me. I'm Caillou with an arrow on my head.
I don't even know anyone that likes Star Trek, nerd.
My dad's listening right now, and he's crying at his card table making puzzles, putting puzzles together. So you take that back because he watches the show
Good.
and he puts puzzles together.
Yeah, good for him.
um, yeah, I don't really know that many people that like Star Trek. There's two people at work that I work with
Yeah.
that I can talk about Star Trek with. Two. I work with over 300 people. So
Oh my God.
um so you're kind of right. But it's I think Star Trek is underrated. I think it really
Yeah.
is. Now having said that, I grew up
That
loving Star Wars, still a diehard Star Wars fan. Don't know if I'd want to live in that universe. Um it depends on what time. Like is the First Order in control? Is the Empire in control? Is there peace and prosperity in the galaxy?
who knows, man?
I want to be a Jedi though.
But what about the Marvel Cinematic Universe?
Yeah, I'm cool with that. I'm cool with. I know your question wasn't which world would you like to live in, but what year is your favorite world? But
Yeah.
that's kind of the lens I'm looking at this through. I don't know if I'd want to live
Okay.
in the universe that has Marvel characters because it seems like everywhere they go, they just blow up a bunch of buildings and a whole bunch of civilians most definitely die.
I definitely wouldn't want to live in it, but you know, I love a lot of their movies. I'm going off of the stories. I'm not.
So if you had to continue with like my idea of it, if you had to be alive in the world that the Marvel exists, where would you be and during what time? Like, would you be in Sokovia during that incident?
Oh, hopefully the fuck not.
So where would you be? Where would you want to be? What would you want to see?
Where the fuck? I mean, probably where I have been because, North Carolina and Florida, I don't think are even touched by any of the Marvel Cinematic Universe. So I'll stay here in Florida or North Carolina.
Hmm.
And then, maybe I'll get snapped away by the Thanos. Maybe I don't.
Well, that's what I was
Who
about to say. Like,
knows?
even if the Avengers don't come to your part of the world and destroy everything, half of your friends and family are gonna. So
Yeah.
you really only get to see the bad parts, I guess.
You really do. I mean, without well, yeah, no, because actually, I don't know if I'd want to be in Florida because imagine being on I-4 when the blip happens.
Oh, and all those cars would just.
Oh yeah,
Oh, that'd be terrible.
that'd be a fucking nightmare.
Wow.
I mean, I don't know when during the day the blip happened, but if it happens during that rush hour traffic, like, it, I mean, honestly, most of the day I-4 is a pain in the ass. So, oof.
How great would it be if Ron DeSantis got snapped away, though?
Bro, that would be so dope. I fucking wish. See, I just had the thought. What if you're at a theme park and they haven't sent your ride vehicle, and the person that's supposed to send your ride vehicle gets blipped?
That's a good point. I
You're
bet it would
stuck
be,
in the ride vehicle.
yeah, and it would be a while before another employee comes to get you out of there because they're probably
Yeah,
wondering why
because
half
they're
their coworkers just disappeared.
yeah, and it's a 50% chance. So like it could be more than half of the people that work at that ride. It could be like everybody at that ride, but like most of the people at the ride across the park are good. Like
Mhm.
it,
That'd be problematic.
it would be. Imagine being stuck in the fucking restraint and then, oh man.
Yeah, and there's just the next to you is just a pile of ashes in the seat, and you're like, what the heck is what's
Oh
going on?
yeah. Shit.
You've got allergies and people's, dust vertebrae bones are just going into your nose and you're sneezing your head off and everyone's dead. And
Yeah.
wow, yeah, that'd be something.
Oh yeah. Especially no, what if it was like in the middle of the ride? Like you're on a roller coaster, like you're about to drop, and then like the person in front of you gets dusted and then it gets blown into your face. And then you're on the brake run, and the fucking ride dispatchers also got dusted. So you're stuck on the brake run and dust in your face, and that dust is a person.
Like the Big Lebowski. You ever seen the Big Lebowski, Tommy?
Yeah. Yeah. I know exactly. Oh man. I
Yep,
haven't
yep.
seen that movie in so long.
That's a world I want to live in. I want to live in Los Angeles
The
in the 90s with the dude.
you know, that would not be terrible. Sounds like
That's my official
maybe
answer.
in 90s Los Angeles with the dude. That's where you want to live. Uh oh shit, because now we're changing to what fictional universe do you want to live in?
Yeah.
Um, I didn't even say the Blue People Avatar universe. I really like those movies.
Do you see the new
Anyway,
one?
I did. I loved Way of Water.
I
I think
didn't
that was
see it.
better than the first one.
I got to see
That
it.
was really great. Oh fuck, what fictional universe do I want to live in? Um, oh, God damn it. Give me the Mushroom Kingdom.
The hell's that?
Let's go. Super Mario.
Hey,
I want to jump on a fucking Goomba, baby.
you know that Jack Black song, Peaches? You heard that song,
Yep.
Tommy? Um, Fella who directed the music video for that. It's from my hometown of Plano, Illinois.
No shit.
Yep, yep. His name's Cole Bennett. He is the founder of Lyrical Lemonade. If you go on YouTube and search Lyrical Lemonade, you're going to see music videos for all sorts of hip hop and pop and rap and R&B people. For some reason, this white 26-year-old from Plano, Illinois, somehow formed this company. He makes music videos for like the biggest of the big people. Had I stayed in Plano and not moved next door to Sandwich, I would have gone to high school with him. Yeah.
Shit.
But anyway, he directed the
Oh,
music video for Peaches. Yeah. Isn't that
but
something?
who directed the music video in my other favorite universe, Grand Theft Auto?
Is there a music video for Grand Theft Auto?
Probably.
I would also love to live in Grand Theft Auto. Oh my gosh. There'd just be headless hookers everywhere.
Yeah, that'd be fun. It would be cool to be able to like kill a couple people, then just hide in a corner, and then you don't go to jail. You know? Like you hide in a corner, the stars go away, and like you're chilling.
Yeah, I would love to live in Grand Theft Auto. Which Grand Theft Auto? Are you a San Andreas type of guy?
I am a Vice City or Five type of guy.
Oh,
I grew up on Vice City, and I got into Grand Theft Auto 5 during the 2020 shutdowns. Um, San Andreas I had, but it mainly my brother played it. I never fully got myself into that. I know that's like probably the most popular outside of Grand Theft Auto 5, but I always loved Vice City.
Mm. I played a mix of three, Vice City and San Andreas, but San Andreas was my favorite. Vice City was my second favorite. Three was my least favorite. San Andreas is basically like Los Angeles. That's kind of what it's supposed to be.
Yeah,
Um, at least the metropolitan area plus Vegas. It
yeah,
has its own like version of Vegas in it. Vice City
okay,
is Miami. That's basically what that's
yeah,
supposed to be. And Vice City
yeah,
was fun.
yeah. And Grand Theft Auto 5, I think, is also like Los Angeles type
Mm.
of Los Santos.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
I think that's like in San Andreas.
yeah,
I don't remember. It's been so long, but good stuff. Well, shit. That was a good
yeah,
discussion. We had lots of fun, man.
yeah.
We went all
Yeah,
over
we
the place.
we had a lot of
We existed universes where Jesus came back, the Beatles came back, where the Thanos is real, Star Trek is real.
where deadly fungi infection causes the world to kill everyone.
Hmm. And most importantly, where
Yeah.
Ron DeSantis is dead. Tommy, talk us out.
Oh, bless. Oh God, that would be what a happy ending. Thank you, Cristiano Ronaldo, for that. Well, thank you guys for listening to this episode of Two Useless Organisms. Like, comment, subscribe, rate 5 stars, hit the bell icon, smash the like button. Did I say that one already?
I don't know. I'm
Smash
not
all
paying
the
attention.
buttons, comment all the words. Tristan's doing things with his hands.
Yes, I
Tristan,
am.
what else? Did I miss
Hey,
something?
yeah, you did the important thing. Send us money, folks. If you click the link in our show notes, you can support the show for as little as $3 a month. That's half a Starbucks drink for one day. So if you can just spare $3, we sure do appreciate because we put this thing out for free. So send us money.
Yeah.
Have a great day.
Two useless organisms. Two useless organisms.